Greetings, beautiful people. Greetings, peace, and blessings. Let's take a deep breath with me because I always tell people, so I start my videos like that, okay? When you inhale, stick out your stomach. As you exhale, inhale, suck in your stomach. So it's been a minute, not really. How y'all doing? I'm glowing. Fresh out of the shower. This thing is gonna get on my nerves. Let me see. I'll just do this for now. Nope. That's not the button I'm looking for. There we go. Cause I know how to. Let's see what it do now. That's much better. So let me see. I'm gonna get it real focused and boom. So I've noticed that I will share more conversations about these in-depth things with others, but I realize that it always comes back to me. With this, there's a transit. Those that aren't familiar with astrology, that is my orchestra. I listen to the orchestra in the background, but the London orchestra. But anywho, what I saying? Come to me. Legacy. That's gonna be the word for today. Legacy. Like I said, we're in this journey. And one thing I'm realizing that upon this spiritual journey, it can seem that you are alone in so many ways. But what I really came here to really share with you all is that we are witnessing and as there is an empire being destroyed, a new one is being built and created. Those of us that are aware of this, it's a part of the great awakening, the great awareness, the Christ consciousness. More of those that are on their spiritual journey, you're becoming more aware of the spiritual aspect, because the whole confusion, manipulation has been so focused, and the suffering that we're witnessing has been so more in the physical. And the spiritual is opposite of that. So the spiritual is just as vital as the physical. That being said, I came here to share with y'all like this thing that we call this lesson of school, this thing we call life. You are not alone. You're never alone. The spiritual journey can seem that way. When you are called, or when you're chosen, or are we all chosen, or when it's something in your DNA where it's you that have had these gifts since you were a child, since these superpowers, these again, spiritual gifts that cannot be ignored, or they've been ignored or dormant for years, or however you want to. It's really timeless when it comes to the spirit, but it's all divine timing. Everything is divine order. As I sit here and get more clarity and accept, I realize that there's been no rush on any of this, and everything has happened purposefully. The family, the friends, the journey, everything has happened as it's supposed to. So, that being said, as I became or become more aware and present, I realized that I was a part of the creating of the new. See, as we're shedding layers of old narratives of what the old was, we're integrating the new. How would you say? So, as I realized, like, why I'm where I'm at, I'm gonna adjust it, turn on this adjuster while I'm doing this. I want to share with y'all the journey that I'm in and upon, but to let you know that there's nothing to be ashamed or to beat yourself up. An elder one shared that with me, and he specifically said, never beat yourself up over anything that you're going through. Because this life, this spirit, this body, this everything, even the gifts that you have were giving to you, specifically you. That's what makes you unique. That being said, this is for those that family, friends, or lovers, or whomever it is that walked away, or maybe spirit was actually showing you to do this to protect you, in a sense of, as those that loved you may became haters, but not realizing that those haters also was part of the divine order to spread the so-called bad or malicious or evil things about you, but only for those who maybe believed it or not to really see and become aware of that. Oh, wait a minute. You said this person's this and this person's that. Well, I'm seeing a whole another narrative here. I'm seeing something completely different. So that brings me to this right here. For those that do not know, but even though all this is temporary, being you, I have no guilt, no shame for anything in my past. Everyone was purposeful. That being said, is that the more I accept where I am, the more I accept what has happened in my childhood to this moment now, the more I'm able to sit back, become a more aware, and laugh. You're like, laugh? Yes, laugh. Because I realized that what became more inspiring was me not giving up. So I show you this masterpiece that I created. And what's so vital, turn the adjuster on. What's so vital about this masterpiece, I'm approximately probably like 6'4", 6'5". And this masterpiece is like 48 by 60. It's kind of hanging up by like one nail. But the beauty of all of this, I'm going to share with you right now. Are you ready? I said R, adjust. Come on, adjust. Adjust. Gosh darn it. Are you ready? Yes, you are. I've had to learn patience. I've had to accept the fact that it's okay to surrender. It's okay to not know what's next. It's okay to breathe. I went and celebrated with my youngest sister her 31st birthday. And while we were there, maybe like a cycle ago, a week, or a couple of, yeah, I think it was like a cycle, well, whatever. That being said, I was grateful because of those that aren't aware of the little small city that I grew up in. There's a lot of things that's been happening here where, senseless murderings or people being shot, a baby and the father at the same time. But Spirit was reminding me like, hey, don't you give up. And that's one thing I realized is that no matter what, legacy. So after celebrating my sister, family, whatever, I realized within myself is that, okay, now back to what I need to do or return to what I need to do. So when I return here to the motel that I'm in, and there's actually a video on this that I talked about how I had to experience and these are things that not to like for no one to have any sympathy, because this is not about sympathy at all. Because if I learn one thing in this world, the world is not going to show you any sympathy. People, the world is not going to show you any sympathy, because it's you that have to get off your ass. It's you that have to believe in yourself. This is believing in myself. So when I returned from my youngest sister from celebrating, you know, a part of me did not want to return to this place. But sometimes you are sent to places where there is so much darkness and you have to be the light. You are called to be these things. And what are you saying? What am I saying? I'm saying this. When I returned here, there was a canvas. This canvas was blank. This is a very old canvas. So when I got it, there was like spills, or it was kind of dirty, but at the same time, it still had beauty in it. So what I'm saying to you, to anyone and everyone, do you believe that from whatever you received, whether it's an old canvas and someone gives you something, I had no idea that this was going to be here waiting on me. Can you, and this is what I'm saying, this is your canvas, but what do you believe and see yourself as? Is it that king? Is it you know that you're protected? The sun? Do you know you have the power? Do you realize the energy, the love that's within you, the inner child, the beauty in your lips, no matter how big they are, blah, 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 blah. The colors? Do you believe, do you know that you are a divine creation? This is a divine creation. So when I returned here, you know, after all the, you know, celebrating, I made no fucking excuses. No matter where I'm at. From being with a partner, and I had to learn this, accept this, from so many things that a lot, you know, I don't really share on here, but I have. I had to, one thing I shared with my sister, I had to come out of a heartbreak, but I realized it was like a heart expansion. It was initiating my gifts. So those of you that are in the dark and you're experiencing something, Spirit is taking you through an initiation. You think you're being spiritually attacked when you're being spiritually initiated. You call yourself a king, you call yourself a queen, you call yourself an empress, you call yourself all these things. But then when Spirit, Big Mama, the universe, sends you these signs, and then you get these visions, and then you get all these things. You can't hide it. I cannot keep this from the world. This was here when I got back. When I returned here. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? I couldn't let it sit here. Because I knew that this would inspire someone. This masterpiece. I'll turn it around for you. This masterpiece. So no matter where you are in your journey, there's no excuse to what you can create. Again, you can see from here, this old canvas. It wasn't in the best shape, but isn't that like anything in life? We try to make everything, we want everything to be so perfect. But there's others that's on the street. There's people that are wanting to be where you are. I'm truly and I'm honored to share these videos, to share these masterpieces with y'all. In the midst of the storm, can you be the rainbow for somebody? Whether it's one person, whether it's one child, it's our youth. I just want to inspire. Will you challenge yourself to inspire someone? And realize that it only takes acceptance. Forgiveness and acceptance. Those murals, if you look through my YouTube videos, the unicorn and the other murals, I had to walk. I had to walk maybe a mile, maybe not even 2 miles, if that, to these destinations. And I say that to say this, is that the opportunity presented itself. Well, will you let it pass? See, the opportunity presented itself. I didn't make no excuses. And so when I created those murals, I was not thinking just for myself. I was thinking for the bigger picture. To whatever happens to me, the little boy and his father being shot at this, they didn't survive. This is legacy. There's an old narrative being destroyed, and then in the same moment we're creating a new legacy. Art is a sport. It's more than just a sport. It's a legacy. I'm not doing this. I'm called to do this. There's no excuses. You know who you are. You're called to be confident in your size and your beauty. You're called to love who you are within yourself. This was brewing inside of me. The mental capacity, or the breathing, the energy, the focus it has to be to create this. We want to make everything else so popular. Now we're going to make art. We're going to make art. I am going to make art a legacy. Invest in artists. Invest in art. Yes, you. $1, $5, it doesn't matter. Invest in someone. Invest. Do not give up on your dreams. To men, to my young men, young kings, we're building a nation of men, not boys. We're building something that we honor our solar energy. We honor the seed that's within us. And I'm letting you know, Spirit has removed you, the women, from your life so they don't drain you of your solar energy. Just remember that. Peace and blessings. Shalom.